Hey, today we're working on this E-Z-GO golf cart I got from my parents, and it was an electric golf cart, or it is an electric golf cart, and we're converting it to a gas 212 Honda clone gas engine. We bought a reverse box and a torque converter for it, belt drive torque converter, so we're going to convert all that. And we went ahead and tore it down, but we found that all the frame was rotted out on it. So I had some old 1x2 that matched the material that was on it, and we cut it all out and replaced it, and replaced all the material here. And I didn't grind any welds yet, but we had to redo all of these and replace the whole frame section, both sides. We got to rebuild the brake bracket and finish cutting out some brackets out of here. We're going to mount a motor and a reverse box and a CVT in here, and hopefully keep it all under the seat. So that's gonna be a chore. But my folks are getting a little older and needing a golf cart to ride on. We've got some acreage here that they need to ride around on, so we're gonna try to get this fixed up, and we'll show you everything that we're gonna do, and try to get it done, and in a reasonable amount of time. So, all right, well, we'll get to it. We were back with the golf cart, and we've got the engine plate mocked up. We got our drive stub shaft turned down, and the sprocket mounted. I've just got it tack welded on there right now. We're going to end up cutting it for a keyway as soon as I can get over to a mill. I've only got the plate tacked on. I've got the mounts half built for the reverse box, and I've got the motor plate drilled and slotted for the motor. We mocked it up and gave it a little spin, but we need the adjustment I made on my brackets wasn't very good, so I had to redo it, do it a little different. So I'm doing that right now. I'm going to make some more slides in here for this to slide, and I can adjust the chain, and then I can adjust the motor up for the belt tension. So that's where we're at. It's a 6.5 Lyfen 212, like a 212 Predator. Fits in here real well. Does real good. The reverse box is very smooth, shifts nice. So we're starting to mock it up. We had to redo all the framework, and we're getting there. So as soon as we get this thing going back together, we'll get some more and get some more video to you. So here we go. So we're just going to show you what we did and where we're at. So we had to rebuild the frames. I probably mentioned this before. I had to rebuild the frames and just remount stuff, put some bracing in here, straighten the axle. Somebody to hit something with it and bent the axle. We mounted this motor. We blocked it up an inch to give clearance for our reverse box that we put in here. So we've got the engine mounted. We've got a CVT transmission. We've got a reverse box with the shifter mounted right here on the front, you know, for reverse and forward. And then for right now, we've got 35 series chain, and we just went 1-to-1 on a reduction because there is a little bit of a reduction in the reverse box. I didn't calculate. It's like 1.25 reduction, and I don't know the ratio of the rear end, so I kept it 1-to-1. 10-2 sprocket on the front, 10-2 sprocket on the rear, and a 35 chain. I don't like the 35. We just got the 420 series sprockets in, and we're going to end up converting it. For right now, we got it set up. We're going to move, it's an electric start motor, so we're going to end up moving the electric start up to the dash. We have to mount the choke cable. Is going to end up going right here in the firewall panel. And we built this exhaust out of a little Chinese four-wheeler exhaust and muffler. We just made our cuts and put it in place and hung it out, running out the back. It's not show quality, but we're just trying to make it functional for out here on our property. but it runs real good. It's got plenty of power for it. We didn't do any mods to the motor, so it's it does real well. Shifts easy, shifts really smooth. Reverse box shifts good. Had to rebuild all the brake components. This was completely all rusted out, and rebuild all of this mount. But that's it. There's been a lot of repair work on it. The fab work was probably only about 30% of most of the work. So anyhow, that's it. We'll give you an update when we get it get moving again. We've tested it, so we know it all works good. So we're just trying to finish it up and get it done. So we'll get back with you. Hi, we're back with this golf cart. As you can see, we got it all painted up. My dad did a little painting on it, and I recovered the seats, or the seat and the backrests, and we rebuilt the frame on it, and it was all rusted out. Put a motor in it. Hop up, Stevie. We'll show you what it looks like. We've got a couple of tires to plug, but take it with you. So there again, we took the motor apart. You can't see the motor, where the motor went on the rear end. We cut the shaft out of the motor and turned the shaft down to accept a 40 by 10 tooth sprocket 420 chain, and we put a reverse box and a 6.5 Predator Life, and of course a CVT transmission belt drive. And it works really well. It shifts easy, drives good. Kept the chain reduction 1-to-1, so it's a 10 tooth sprocket on the bottom and a 10 tooth sprocket on the top. It runs out very well. So a lot of this frame was rusted out here. We changed on both sides, and we built a chassis engine plate mount that'll swivel or pivot with the rear end, and it all works good. So put a new floor in it. We rebuilt all this, straighten the axle, and we're bolting the top on right now, and we're wrapping it up. It starts up and runs real good. I used an exhaust system and a muffler off of a little Chinese four-wheeler that I had sitting on my scrap pile, and welded a tailpipe on it. It works good. It's quiet enough, so it works real well. We've been happy with it so far. We're just about to kind of wrap it up and let my mom start using it. So we're getting there.